All right, guys, hello. Welcome to the Wednesday, the 11th of March. Okay. So let's go through a trade recap. I'm not feeling the best, not because of this trade, but because of stuff that's going on in my life. But that's not what we're here to discuss. Okay. So coming into the day, we had CPI coming out. What just happened? Okay. CPI on Wednesday. Okay, so this is a very volatile news release, which is gonna obviously result in a wick. Okay. So given the overall market, we're still looking to be quite bullish, right? Because we have the sweep of the consolidation range lows, okay? Yesterday's candle was very indecisive. We can see we don't push to any particular direction apart from maybe to the downside, okay? And yeah, it was an overall consolidation. Now, given the sweep of the range lows and how we stagnated yesterday, CPI could manipulate lower, okay, before continuing higher. I'm interested in seeing bullish prices being respected, okay? If not, we could see a move lower, right? We do have a lot of resting buy-side liquidity on the daily, right? And another thing to mention is that obviously we do not displace above, okay? We failed to close above. We closed below in a bullish candle, but then we failed to close above, okay? The hourly, we can see some bullish gaps, okay? The 4 hour, so internal liquidity, right? And we also have relatively equal lows just before the gap, okay? This 4 hour displacement leg has that lower value gap in the discounted region. So if we do the fib from here to here, we're in a discount. Same applies to NQ, okay? This could give reason for a pullback into that specific gap, okay? 1 hour shows price moving lower. What I can see here is accumulation, right? It's a very clear accumulation, okay? We're just trading in the range, always moving back into equilibrium, okay? In which we manipulate lower and then possibly expand higher, given our higher time frame narrative, right? So I was thinking accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Yesterday, we can see a lot clearer how we did just chop around and do a whole bunch of nothing, right? The accumulation phase. Our pre-market open, midnight opening price, what happens? We don't even move higher or anything, we just move lower, okay? We move straight lower. London session has a decline, but it does nothing in terms of any key levels, okay? We just kind of chop around in that level as well. I want to see price reach those lows maybe before New York AM, so probably during CPI, okay, as an early manipulation, and then we begin to distribute as market opens. Obviously, keep an open mind with regards to us possibly pushing down further into that discounted hourly gap on the displacement leg, okay? We can see how we're just generating a lot of liquidity on these lows. We've got lows, 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 lows everywhere, okay? It looks very deliberate to me. 8:30 AM news comes in, and what do? We work out both sides, okay? So nothing clear yet. It's still fine as prices still gravitating towards that deliberate area of sales and liquidity, okay? Market opens, okay, and what does it do? It retraces into a 15-minute bullish gap, okay, a 15-minute bullish gap. I wanted to take a long entry, as you can see on ES, but it failed to enter me in. Now, what did I see here? So we had a 1-minute displacement leg from this 15-minute, okay? And then we had this discounted fair value gap, okay? This was my entry, and we had a small little 5-minute gap in there, okay? So I took it on ES, okay? And very shortly, price takes me out, okay? So we chop around, and it takes me out. So what do? We consolidate in the area where the 15-minute gap got respected, and then we just kind of, boom, just move lower, okay? So given today's trade, I think it could be a day where we either A, continue to consolidate, providing no clear price action, B, move lower as a deep intraday retracement into the discounted hourly bullish gap, or C, move lower into those areas of sell-side liquidity and then move on higher, okay? Note, this still could look like a consolidation on the high time frame, okay? So what you can see on this picture here is price eventually breaks out and it takes out these lows, okay? We run into this non-discounted bullish gap, okay? When we're looking at the displacement leg. So it could be a poorly taken trade in the aspect of patience, okay? I had analyzed the consolidation and the possibility of manipulation lower before we move higher. However, I did not wait for it. We can see here, I did not wait for the lows or liquidity to be swept, okay? My lesson, if this comment above holds, is that when we have a clear high time frame narrative and consolidation, the best thing to do is to wait for those high time frame areas of loads of liquidity to be swept, okay? The manipulation, wait for the manipulation leg. and then move down into the distribution leg, okay? Rather than rushing an entry to get in sync with the trade earlier, okay? Riding now doesn't mean it won't be later. Patience is key. So let me actually just pull up the chart, and we can see we're kind of still in the consolidation range, aren't we? We do book out and we take this low. We take out these lows, so we have an SMT, you could argue. But like here, I'm not seeing anything that's convincing enough with regards to pushing for higher prices. Okay, we displace out this bearish gap, but we are still in the higher time frame consolidation. Okay, we don't really have anything clear. I like low key. I would like to see maybe NQ come down and sweep this area, right? Because it's a very clear draw, and we do have this entire gap as well as this one. Okay, maybe respect this bullish order block. Who knows? But yeah, we're still in the consolidation, right? We don't really break out. We just about break out lower on ES, okay? And even then, what do we see on the lower time frames? There is nothing clear with the regards to bullish price action. Okay, we have a massive bearish gap here, and we're just kind of moving in. Okay, there's no clear displacement through it. But yeah, that was today's trade. We took a loss, and that's fine. I'm completely okay with that. I think it's just more of a patience thing. Work is kind of getting a bit busy for me, so obviously I kind of worry that, I won't have time to trade and whatnot, but I do need to understand that the trade will come to me, right? If I sit in the market and stare at it for however long, that's not going to guarantee a trade for me, okay? It's being in the market when comfortable, when at the right time, at the right place, and executing appropriately, okay? Um, but yeah, this is obviously just a bit unfortunate in terms of the day because we are still in the range, right? I thought we'd break out, but nothing clear. We are just took out London low, London high, right? We took out overnight session high, overnight session low, and we're just chopping within this range. Okay, so that's that for today's video. Not getting another back test from me, unfortunately, because I do have to take care of some stuff and I just want to do it on my own. Okay, so that's that. I hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you guys for a trade tomorrow. Let's actually check the news tomorrow. Tomorrow is unemployment goes to 8th. Okay, cool. So, all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.